guy. We're streaming audio online all over the nation. www.onecast.in, numeral 1cast.in, 94.3 on the radio band on your FM radio sets. And only if you're not driving now. You could catch some video on Instagram at HRISHIKOI. Okay. Kevin Flynn, for those of you who tuned in, latest president, managing director at FCA India, the Fiat Chrysler automobile brand, and Jeep Compass, the Jeep brand, is surging ahead, picking up a lot of silverware and selling a lot of units. We're talking about that and the story.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
So I'm like a World War II buff, and I believe Jeep is tied into that, is tied into war history.
So. Yeah, I mean, our history is quite phenomenal, and it goes all the way back to the Willys Jeep, which was effectively a go anywhere, do anything, versatile, light in weight, what we now refer to as a Jeep, and the iconic shape, and of course it played such a mega part in World War II. Particularly, and indeed got recognition for that with badges of honour and all sorts for just its contribution. So,
I have to add, for the Allied forces. You never know.
Sorry,
with all with a lot of German bands, you know what was happening at that point in time.
Very, very true. So for the Allied forces, and obviously post-war. And things moved on, but actually the practicality of such a vehicle was in the post-war era was equally good, and then it started finding its way into tougher terrains and very much doing a different role. So here we are since the 40s, all this way on, and in fact you can tie right the way back to it. That's still our core, it's still our DNA, it's still everything that our vehicles have to be. So this go anywhere attitude, this sense of adventure, all this capability has to be baked into every one of our vehicles. So every one of our vehicles starts off life as designed as a 4x4 vehicle. And then from there we may have a 2x4 application, but it has to start off. It has to have that capability, and that's baked in even to into Compass. What was challenging for us, of course, is the fact that because a lot of Willys Jeeps found their way into India, and a lot of the landed gentry and so on had Jeeps. People refer to SUVs. As a segment, as Jeep. So you go to a toll road.
I have to interrupt you here, because normally if you would get a photostat copy done of this, you would say, get me a copy or a photostat. But in India, it became, get me a Xerox.
Yeah.
And Jeep had become that in this country.
Totally.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying, so the toll.
Yes, you come to a toll gate and it can have car and it can have Jeep, So, and we were sending all these pictures back to the States saying, you got to understand that actually this is a segment. It's not just, a brand or a product. So when we came and when we started getting this project underway, it was about how are we going to retake our name? Because at the end of the day, all SUVs came out of that sort of original Willys Jeep concept. So here in India, when you saw a boxy vehicle that was 4x4 and slightly jacked up and was more rural, it became known as a Jeep. What has been amazing is that we have been able to do that, and people do recognise Jeep as a brand and the style of the vehicle. So it's worked very, very well, and I saw it as an advantage, not a disadvantage, because actually awareness of Jeep as a concept, as a vehicle concept, was one thing. Understanding then that it's a brand and it goes back all this way, and some of the heritage is based here, has been an advantage, definitely.
And even though it hasn't been too much time, just a recap of how the launch happened here in India. If I'm not mistaken, it started with the Auto Expo in 2016.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, it did. We showcased our Wrangler and Grand Cherokee range and announced that we were coming into the market. As we talked earlier, they're fully built up, CBU as we call them, vehicles. So I think the excitement at that time to get a Jeep was there, and I think there was a bit of disappointment just because of those levels of duties that are applied. So we took a little bit of a hard time, first of all, with that pricing, but I think we knocked it out the park when we came in with Compass. So these vehicles sort of set ourselves a halo for the brand, and they're on a global scale. I mean, Wrangler is globally recognised wherever you go as the ultimate in off-road capability and practicality, and yet it's got this real rugged design that people can associate with. So they're the icons. We bought Compass, great pricing. And of course, the whole India manufacturing story, which we touched on. So, yeah, it's been great. That sets the benchmark. That sets the desire, and we can deliver it appropriately to the Indian consumer and relevant to the market here. And I think that's what was key. And here we are in the back end of the monsoon now. And undoubtedly road conditions are a challenge wherever you go, and I think more and more the move to SUV type vehicles is logical, really, and particularly for terrains and so forth like here, and it just gives you that so much more flexibility of what you can do, where you can go. So this trend's going to continue, and I think the timing of Jeep coming in, even with the what we call CBUs at the start point, those Halo models, and then a year later coming in with Compass. Good timing, good positioning, and there's lots more to come.
Last leg of conversation, last leg to get your messages or your questions in 99677 the WhatsApp number. Like I said, the last 3 digits are our frequency, 94.3 99677 HRISHIKAY on Twitter as well as Facebook. You just pop it on the timeline inbox, facebook.com/radio1.mum, our official page. Beyonce in the house. Single ladies, put a ring on it.